what's up? We are going to be coming through with Britain's best fish and chips shops. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Shops and restaurants which have been recognised in the National Fish and Chip Shop Awards. As you can see by the sun cooking my face, we are in the midst of a somewhat nice summer here in the UK, and there is absolutely nothing better to do in the summer than eat fish and chips. I had some on Friday. I had some posh fish and chips from a food van. Was good, but there's absolutely no point trying to posh up fish and chips. You just go to a fucking chippy and get, the standard fish and chips. You can get, nicer versions of them, but it had like a pureed, I think you'd call it a pureed pea rather than mushy pea on it, and that's where you see the differences. And I am a fish and chip connoisseur. I absolutely know what the fuck is up. This was way too heavy on the batter, and you want a good balance between crispiness and softness and flavor of the batter and flavor of the fish. You also want garlic sauce, curry sauce, and gravy to enhance that flavor, as well as salt, vinegar, and scraps. But we will move on. We're going to do it moving because I'm going to see if I can. Well, we can have a little explore of Britain. It's actually a pretty good map for. I did it on stream last night, but I had no serotonin, so it was shit, and my crack was dead because, as I said, I had fish and chips on Friday. In the midst of that fish and chips, I also had about 18 billion beers. Hence the no serotonin yesterday. But anyway, we'll get into it. And we have... Holy fucking... We've got Longsands fish and chip. I can do this NMPZ. I can absolutely do this. This is in Tynemouth. This is what people who do not know about the Newcastle fish and chip scene think is the best chippy in the Northeast. It's good, but as I was saying, they do not try and make it too fish. It is just a genuine banging fish and chippy. But once you have sampled Fen and Fish Bar from just down the road from me, that is the fucking one. I don't even think Fen and Fish Bar got voted the best one. There was another one in Gosforth. I can't remember. But Tynemouth is... I'm not going to do... Well, I will do it NMPZ. Tynemouth is just up the coast from Newcastle, and then Longsands Fish and Chips is right there. Have been. It is banging. Tynemouth is like posh Newcastle coast. It's really, really nice. I was filming for my job today, and I was up at Roker and Seaburn Beach. I walked to the bus stop from my house, to the metro stop from my house, and then, which was already quite far for my little legs. Then I walked from the metro in Seaburn to the coast, all the way up here, and then I walked all the way down the coast, listening to the test match special. It was a pretty good working day up to St. Peter's Metro. But yeah, Tynemouth is pretty fucking gorgeous. If you're wanting a classic, British coastal holiday, it's not really the one. I mean, you got Tynemouth Priory there. You want South Shields Fun Beach. Look no further than South Shields Fun Beach. You've got the not theme park, but you know what I mean, pleasure park. And then you've got mini golf and all of that shit. No donkey rides, because donkey rides, I think maybe donkey rides have been banned. If they haven't been banned, they should have been banned in this country. Tynemouth has got down here as well. I mean, look at it. It's actually fucking beautiful. You've got Riley's Fish Shack down here, which I haven't been to, but there's a proper fish, not fish and chips, just chowder and langoustines and that kind of shit. But Tynemouth is fucking nice. It'd be a bit nicer if it was, but I mean, this is Britain, so there's no sun. But I would have rathered we'd got fish bar. But first up, getting one literally, what, like a couple of metro rides from. Can you get the metro there? Hold up. Yeah, you can. A couple of metro rides from. Well, my house. Pretty sweet. I haven't actually gone boozing there. I think I've had like 1 or 2 pints at one of these. But it'd actually be pretty tidy for a. I think I went in here. Pretty tidy for a little daytime booze cruise, and then get the metro back through. We'll head down here. We'll have a nice little look. Love a grotty seafood shack. Yeah, it's supposed to be like really fucking good quality. But I had heard on the grapevine that it had gone downhill a little bit. But it's really expensive. But honestly, an absolutely just stunning part of the world. Like all of Siam's really nice. Really nice village. Kind of feels a bit sort of poshish. Oh, Byron Place. Poshish Sunderland. Sort of. There was, I can't remember if it was Siam, but there was one nice village that me and Gab went to. Siam Hall is like a 5-star 5-star spa and like one of the best in Europe. But literally all the way up here, like does a banging roast and sea in Delaval. Yeah, all of these places are like gorgeous. Like Bamborough, and I took Gab for her birthday at Newton Hall, which is a really posh hotel. There we are. Beano Bay, Newton Hall. I'll show you the room we stayed in for Gab's birthday, which I paid for with a little help from my mum, but I did get it. It did have a cast iron bath. We were watching American Dad drinking champagne in the cast iron bath. Pretty sweet. Where would you say has the nicest people in the UK? Fucking Geordies, man. Newcastle. Nah, anywhere. Genuinely, you get some pretty, like, Raj people everywhere, but that's the same. I'm not a big, one part's nicer than the other. I mean, the South is full of poshos, but they'll still be nice people, I don't mean poshos. I mean, like, Tory twats. Yeah, I like the culture, and everybody does seem to say that Geordies are nice. I was filming. Well, I say filming. I was getting some shots of the coast. As I said earlier, up here, and someone did shout at me and were like, "You better not be taking pictures of me." I was like, "No, I was." I mean, he might have been in shot, but I was like, I don't like it. But yeah, nice people everywhere. But anyway, we're playing GeoGuessr. That's Longsands. They do have you've got Longsands restaurant here as well. So it's not just that. It's fucking, it's pumping on, Friday when it was that baking hot fucking day. And I very nearly died of heat stroke. I literally, like, immediately, we'd been drinking all day. We were up at the Free Trade, which has got the best view in Newcastle. We were drinking up here. Incredible. But absolutely zero shade You can't really see it that well. Zero shade, and I was getting absolutely cooked, and I was just eating fish and chips, and I was like, that's not fucking staying down. And then I had like the most ungodly puke of my life in Hustler's toilets. We're a bit further down there, but anyway, that was a long time spent there, but had a lot to discuss. It's Newcastle. Right, I do not know this one. Moore's Fish and Chips. This is more like it. This is more like the chippies you will see in pretty much every town in the UK. Longsands is that rightfully so, because they've got the money from it, and they are renowned for being like incredible. Frying since 1977. What a fucking boast. What a fucking boast. That's not completely central. Hold up. I've got a new, not my webcam, but a new position for the webcam. Galloway Travel Service. Right. There's Dumfries and Galloway Forest Park here, which we went camping in one time. So I'd say we're in here. Yep, Dumfries, Auchencairn? In Welsh. I don't know if it's just Auchen. There's Auchentoshen Wish. If I was pronouncing that the Welsh way, I'd say Auchencairn, but it's Gaelic or Gaelic. It's so we've got the B736. Auchencairn is that way. So we've got Dumfries, which is there. Ayr is there. A75. So that's going that way. Right. And we've got Auchencairn, or however you pronounce it, that way on the A711. Okay. Is this the A711? Right. So if you find the name of the place, then we should be cooking. Fringes, King Street, dental practice. No. Douglas. We didn't stop in this town, did we? I remember we stopped somewhere for a pint on our way driving there. I'll go back this way, because this seems like the start of the village might be, or town, might be further up this way. Again, absolutely stunning part of the world. Yeah, we did go camping around here. Does it say? No. Okay. Would love to have got to that bus and read what that said. Lochside. So, fucking Castle Douglas, right? No, because that's just advertisement for that. Castle Douglas is there. I don't think we're actually in Castle Douglas. Winner Best Chippy Chips in Scotland 2012. Might have all gone downhill. Galloway Gazette. Nice. Yeah, the sun is... Fuck. I thought we would have had some cloud cover, but the sun is... Been to the Hebrides. I can't remember. I've been to the Isle... No, I haven't, because I've been to the Isle of Skye, and I have been to... They sell cigarettes here. Now, that's my kind of fucking chippy. Hey. Wow. I didn't even know that that's what I wanted from my chippy. I mean, of course, it's what I want. It's what I want from everywhere. It's, a cigarette at every waking time of the day. No, it's not actually. It's only when I'm pissed. But yeah, that's class. Good for them. That's patterned cigarettes. You know what? I'd fucking have one. Good for them. Good for them. Maybe that's what won them the best. Chippy award, although that does only say that it has the best chips, and I generally think that I mean, chips are amazing, but they're not the main event. The fish is the main event in fish and chips. Lochside Theatre. Are we there then? I'll just go through the town and see if we can actually find the name of it. I have not been to the Hebrides. I might go and meet up with my family when they walk the Hebridean Way. I am by no means going to be walking the Hebridean Way, because if if it's anything to go by my walk up the Sunderland beach, I would die. They did the West Highland Way, which was like 5 or 6 days of like 30 miles a day or 30k a day. I can't remember. Looks like a nice area. I think we might actually be in Castle Douglas because this is quite big. Imperial Hotel, lovely representing. Love that you're representing. And it's also quite touristy. So what does that bus say? Auchenken. So it's going to Auchenken. We're not in there though because the sign was Dumfries, Stealth Beetle to Gretna Green. What is this place called? Town Centre. Tell me which town centre. Come on. Where are we? On the outskirts going that way. Is there a big Tesco going into... Going into Castle Douglas. Maybe. Hold up, let's see if the roundabout fits. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And that goes there. Yes, right. What's the name of the chippy? Moore's Fish and Chips. We're sort of like on the other side. There we go. Nice. Good stuff. I don't think we went to Castle Douglas because that would have been 2 for 2 on places that I've been to, but we were over this region-ish. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. We're on Britain's Best Fish and Chips. We were quite remote up here, actually. St. John's Town of Dalry. But yeah, that's another one that we found, which is pretty sweet. Right. Becus, that is Welsh spelling there. And yep, we do have some Welsh. So Conway, I know where that is as well. Cool. Are we just in Conway town, or is that... I will actually be able to recognise Conway town, because Conway has... We went on holiday there loads as a kid to Llandudno. Beautiful place. Conway is surrounded by the castle walls, so it still has the old castle walls. Another beautiful, amazing castle. And this street is kind of ringing a bell. I mean, if it is... I don't think Conway is Ooh. No, it's not. Okay. So Conway is the... we're in Llanwrst. Conway is the county, I think. Conway County. Yeah, we're in Llanwrst. I've driven through Llanwrst. I spent 10 days at an Eisteddfod there. Pretty shit 10 days. It pissed it down, and the locals hated us because we were serving vegan food in a farming community. I have spoken about it before on the channel. This is like the Welsh heartlands. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a rumour going around at the Eisteddfod that it had like a open license. The whole town did, and the pubs just never shut. Not 100% sure on that, but yeah, I mean it's probably it looks nice. It's in a beautiful part of the world, but after one, it wasn't even just one incident. It was many incidents of us getting hate crimed. What's the name of the fish? Not properly hate crimed, as hate crimed as you can be for serving vegan food. I'm not belittling people who are actually have been hate crimed. Tynemouth. Are we you? Is there a Boots next to us? 10 minutes on. Oh, frickin' hell. That's why Gab was wanting to me to know when I was finishing. There's dinner happening. CL Jones. Right, I'll hurry this up then. Barber a Bond. Bis ar Boyd. Was that down here? What's the name of the chippy? Oh, there's a British flag up there. Fuck. I actually did not expect to see that. I thought it would have just been pure Welsh ones. No, that's JM Roberts. Where's the chippy gone? Is the chippy shut down? Wait. No. I thought it had been replaced. Is the chippy above? No, I thought that was like a solicitor's thing. And then, is the chippy just called fish and chips? Don't even need to know. Don't even know what it's called because no newcomers ever come to Llanwrst. It's just everybody is encased in here and can never leave. And any outsiders, from again my own personal experiences, any outsiders get burnt at the stake and drove out with pitchforks. Right, let's have a look and see what's, because that's not on the right side of the road for us there. Okay. Was that Skillions? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we're next to Skillions on the right. So we're like here. What number house are we? Doesn't say, but it's right. So we got that there. Yep. Little house. Are we then this? Nice. Cool, 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 cool. World's first fair trade town. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Garstang. Right, this is going to be harder to find. And I do have 10 minutes to find 2 places because otherwise I do not want to, after Gab's, cooked tea, been like, hold off. So let's try and quickly find where on earth we could be. It feels more England. Windsor Road. Yeah, I could see it. Right. We'll get out of town. Right next to a subway. Insulting to the beauty that is the fish and chip establishment. Quite new. Shops, wide, high street, heritage trail. No, this feels so like Middle England-y, which is not good for me because I don't know the place. We are England. Okay. The Wheat Sheaf. Classic name for a pub, right? Give myself Preston's that way, okay. And we're in Garstang. So Preston will be on the A6. A6 is biggish road. A59. It'll be like a Garstang. I was thinking around here. Where the fuck is the A6 then? Like, we go up to the 6s here. A6-5, that's too much. A6, right. Shap, okay. So that's the M6, right? So we're in the Lake District. Can I see it quickly? Come on, we've got to lock the fuck in. We're flattish, so I'd probably go closer to the coast. Right, we're just in suburbia here. Fuck. Come on, Garstang. Tell me where you're close to. If you're the world's first, whatever the fuck it was, town. Something good and ecological. Garstang. That was it, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Get the fuck in there. The world's first fair trade town. I don't know what that means or how it means it is, but we're next to a subway. I saw an oldie. We're Garstang Fish and Chips. Right. We're in the town centre. I'm looking. There we are. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. One more. One more to go. And I can do it. I can do it before the steak is ready. Right. Old time fisheries. We're in, I want to say, Peak District. Like in and around Manchester. Like Burnley, Huddersfield area. Yeah, this one's going to be harder to find because I think we're in quite a big place, and I don't think that was that big a fish and chippy. What did that say? Derbyshire. Fuck. Devonshire. Devonshire Street. Okay, so we're not in Waddington. Is that? Like, there's Warrington. Is that an area of Manchester? No. What about Leeds? No, I don't know. I don't know my suburbs. And we're in a city now. Looks like a nice city. Looks like a nice area of this city. What have we got on here? Skipton, Bradford, Shipley. Right. Bradford is there. Skipton, Bradford, Shipley. Waddington. There's Brighouse. Most cursed service station in the UK. If I had more time, I would tell you about the cursed KFC that we had there, but without going into too much detail, spent an all-nighter in the hospital thinking my mum was going to die. Then had to travel back up to Newcastle and stop at Brighouse and get a truly, I mean, I've gone off KFC and it is shit, but it was a absolutely soul-destroying boneless banquet. Waddington. Skipton, Bradford and Shipley are up to the north. So, like, damn. We've got the A629, which is A629 is there, okay. And then the A650, which is this. Are we Keighley? Are we Keighley? It would kind of fit for both of those roads. Do we have like a Devonshire Street or something? That's what it was called. Shit. I'm very aware of the time constraints and how long I've spent doing this. But I do really... Keighley Campus LCC. We are. Right. Keighley Campus. That's over to that way. We had a Devonshire Street. Devonshire Park. Right, I'm just going to have to go back to the chippy. What name is it? Old Time Fisheries. Grant Street. And just see if we can find it. Anything bigger streetwise. What's the name of this street? Devonshire Street it is. Fuck. That is Devonshire Park there though. Old Time. It's quite a big place. Fuck. Devonshire Street. Devonshire Street. There. The Fat Friar. That's not the name of him, is it? Devonshire Street and Grant Street. There. Is it? We've got the Reservoir Tavern. There. Okay. So he's just called the Fat Friar. He's not called Old Time Fisheries. But it's there. We are. Or at least we should be. Grant Street is there. Look at that. That's my first ever 25k. And it's on the fish and chip map. What better way to... So I think I might actually just retire from GeoGuessr. Like, I've been playing this for years, and that's the first time I've ever done that. Because I just never play, anything other than duels. But 3 yards, 3 yards, 11 yards, 3 yards, 1 yard. And that was fucking good. That was interesting. They were all good places. We had one that I've actually been to. We've got 3 stories there of these 2 where we just tracked down. All interesting. What a map. What a time. I will leave it there because that is, hour and a half streaming, and I only really like doing it for half an hour, and I have things to do this evening now, other than just play GeoGuessr. But that was very, very good fun. Love it. See you soon.